On a warm Friday afternoon, a group of young San Diegans arrived at Lake Morena Reservoir for a camping trip. They rented a boat and headed out to try fishing. They didn't know it, but the reservoir is slowly being drained. In the next 5 months, 2 billion gallons of water will be sucked from the lake, lowering its level by about 30 feet. Ramon Guerra was upset when he heard about the draining.
That means less area for fishing, because that's the main reason we came here. So if it's like less fishing spots, then what's the point? I'd rather go to some other places.
But then Guerra found out something else. The reservoir supplies drinking water to the city of San Diego. His drinking water.
Oh, wow, that changes everything. Now I'm actually concerned. I guess I'd rather have drinking water than a fishing spot.
As drought conditions continue across Southern California, the choice between drinking water and fishing spot may be one we face more and more.
Perhaps the worst drought that California has ever seen since records began being kept about 100 years ago.
But in the case of Lake Morena, the choice has already been made. The city began drawing water from the lake early last year, igniting a political skirmish between the city and county of San Diego. The city owns the reservoir but leases it to San Diego County, who gets money from camping, boating, and fishing on the lake. The city can take the water whenever it wants, which it's done multiple times over the past 30 years. To take the water, a city employee opens a trapdoor in a large cement tower that sits in the lake. Water flows through the tower into a dam and then spills into a creek. It runs with the creek for 7 miles to another city reservoir where it's treated. The process is easy, but San Diego County Supervisor Diane Jacobs says taking the water doesn't make sense.
You've got public safety issues. We need the water for firefighting purposes to get those fires out while they're small in our backcountry so they don't spread into the city. And also, it's a great emergency backup supply.
When the latest drawdown began, Jacob met with former Mayor Bob Filner and asked him to stop it. Filner agreed. Then he resigned over the summer. When interim Mayor Todd Gloria took charge, he resumed the drawdown.
Priorities like a sustainable water future.
The city's argument for taking the water is simple. It's all about the money. Brent Eidson with the city's Public Utilities Department says using Lake Morena water saves about $5 million compared to buying the same amount of water from outside the region. Those savings are passed on to water customers.
So if we didn't use this water, if we left the water in Lake Morena, that $5 million would have to come from our water bills. And so we would have to raise rates to our water customers.
Jacob has a 4-pronged argument against the draining. 1,
you're reducing the ability of firefighting aircraft from the air, of course, to scoop up water.
A spokesman for CAL FIRE says there are lots of other water sources nearby, so it's not a concern. 2,
when you draw down the lake to a significant low level, not only are you a lot of dying fish, which creates an environmental issue, but you're also destroying the habitat in the surrounding area.
Environmental scientist Russell Black says some fish may die, but he's not expecting any big changes to the environment.
Die-off events do occur naturally. Whether it's a big one or a small one, you can't really address it. It's not a big concern.
Jacob's argument number 3.
This is a one-time resource, and once you use it, it's gone. And the only thing that recharges that lake is rainfall, and we have not had good rainfall in several years.
The city says it will leave some water left over to act as a reserve, and that the lake will be replenished each year by rain. But the nonprofit San Diego Audubon says the region is entering another dry year, so we should not be taking our emergency water storage. And argument number 4.
Over 100,000 people last year enjoyed the camping and just visiting this lake. This is a resource for people in this area and for tourists. It's good for the economy. And the city, if they draw down the lake to where it's a mud puddle, destroys all that.
The County Parks Department estimates that last year camping and fishing at Lake Morena generated $380,000 for the county. It also attracts tourism to the nearby Lake Morena Village. Matthew Nisu owns the Oak Shores Malt Shop, a small market and deli a short distance from the lake. He's worried a declining number of visitors will hurt his business.
The people now, a lot of people come in, look the lake, and the water is very low. And the people, I think, next time come in here fishing because there's no water. And the people here worry for everybody have business and worry for the business because the people come in up here.
Eidson with the city concedes that the draining may hurt the park and village, but he says that's not a good enough reason to not take the water.
I understand their situation. The challenge, obviously, is that this is City of San Diego water ratepayers' water, and they have every right to use it, and the City of San Diego plans to use it.
This is one small fight over one small reservoir that accounts for less than 3% of San Diego's total water supply. But as water sources get scarcer, this one fight shows how desperate for every drop the city has become. Claire Trageser, KPBS News.